When you get you a tray, if you follow these rules, you will never get played. Trying to play me like I'm stupid, boy, you better behave, cause I'm a dog. You don't want me to go back to my ways, huh? You don't want me to go back to my ways, huh? You don't want me to go back to my ways, cause I'm a dog. You don't want me to go back to my ways.
Welcome back to an all-new episode of the Ratedmapodcast. I am Tavarus.
I'm Dabrian.
And I'm that bitch Blake.
And you already know the drill. Make sure you drop down in that description box and hit us at Ratedmapodcast on all social networking platforms and all digital platforms you can download. Don't forget that we have merch for sale, Retired Savage, tees, and also I'm just trying to cuddle and get 8. So today we have a special guest. It's a friend of mine named Trey. I met him about a year ago at a vision board party, and we've been cool ever since. And he's an avid listener, so he wanted to come on today and ask us some questions.
Yes.
But before we get started, you already know we like to play a game with our guests called Ding in My Sack. So we have a few sack stuff for you to...
Okay.
Oh. Here.
Okay. You do not get the whole sack. Not today, Satan.
I'll actually.
You want to pull it?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the most amount of people you have had sex with in one day?
Ooh.
2.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Not a bad number.
Still morning. Do group sessions count?
Oh.
Yeah. Hold up, you been to a sex party before?
I have been to a sex party before.
Okay.
But you didn't participate?
No.
You participated.
So you don't want to count that?
You didn't answer the question. I got it. Don't worry.
Exactly.
Wendy Williams is on there.
What's your go-to sex move to make your guy come? Well, seeing as I'm single, I don't know that I have a go-to because I feel like for each guy it's different.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So sometimes I feel like it's difficult to sort of figure out like what is that thing. But I know that I feel slighted if I feel like a guy ever has to like reach down and like
move your head or something.
Like not move my head, but like if he comes by like jacking off, like he finishes by jacking off, I don't like that.
But you know, guys who are addicted to porn or have like sex addictions, they can never come with somebody. They have to jack off.
No, they can't come with you, boo. No, they come with me.
Yeah, I feel like that's a blanket statement. You can't say that.
No, normally that's been my experience and other people's experience.
Well, Tavarus.
Because they were
you have
anyway.
You have one thing.
The question was for you.
I want to know what y'all do. You look like he probably do ice in the booty hole or something. He probably do.
Who's nastier in bed, white man or black man?
Oh.
Because I know Trey likes other.
I do. What do you mean by nasty?
I don't know. However you receive it.
Who's freakier? Who's kinkier?
And I
think white guys.
Yeah.
I think white guys.
I agree with that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. They're kinkier. For like black guys that I've been with, it's more or less, and it's like hookup. So it hasn't been like me dating them necessarily. Mm-hmm. So it's like more like straight to the point.
Okay.
Almost. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you date white men but hook up with black men?
No.
Don't let him catch you up.
No, I can date everybody. Like it doesn't matter the race or ethnicity. I can date anybody. Mm-hmm. However, who I'm often approached by isn't black guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I think who I've been with the most is probably like Hispanic guys though, to be honest.
Is it true white people smell like wet dogs?
I'll answer that, yes.
Because I always had the impression that white people don't take regular showers.
Oh.
Well, I don't think that's true.
No, that's not true.
Like they'd be like, not too.
Yeah, so I don't know about that, but I remember like, was it like a month or two ago where there was something that was like going around on like Twitter because I believe it was a white person.
Taylor Swift. She don't wash her legs.
Someone said, they don't wash like
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, like their knees are below.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
what?
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that before. My manicurist said that a few of her white clients told her they don't wash their feet.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people who don't wash. They don't wash their feet and they don't brush their tongue.
I don't get that.
Yeah, that's nasty.
The brush your tongue thing, I can understand. I know a lot of people that don't.
Listen, we all jump back. Y'all can't see.
No,
I do.
I might can see you missing your feet, not brushing your tongue.
No,
I know people that.
Well, I wouldn't miss nothing.
Okay, well, I know a lot of people that don't do that. When I did it one time in front of somebody, they was like, "What are you doing?"
Oh, like
So
brush your tongue?
Yeah.
So they got white teeth with shit, bro.
You gotta
mean,
brush your tongue, the roof
I
of
don't
your
think.
mouth.
Yeah, but I don't think
your
that.
gums.
I don't know. Anyway, you still
don't
got
think-
one more question.
That's true. Name a kinky fetish you have. If I'm being honest, I really don't think I'm like that kinky. I'll try things if someone else is sort of like into stuff, but I never go into something like oh, like we should do this. I'm more of like the submissive, so I want you to sort of come in.
So what's the
knowing what you
freakiest
wanna do.
request you received
Incomplete.
that you enjoyed? They spit in your mouth.
You've tasted your own cum. Snowballed.
What is that?
Yeah, what's involved?
Oh,
That's when you.
when they nut in your and you nut in their mouth and then they kiss you or something.
And you swap it.
Oh no.
Oh no, I've never done that. I did meet up with a guy. He had like one of those like contraptions like in his room.
The swing.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I've done that. But is that a kink?
I mean,
I was like, I guess for me, yeah.
Sex in public.
Yeah. I have done that.
Outside.
Yes.
Group sessions, obviously.
Yes. Group sessions. I've had sex outside.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
So what you got for us today, Mr. Trey?
Okay, so I do have some questions that I guess are pertaining to like this, like earlier this season, because I've been listening to the first 4 episodes, I think. So I believe in the first episode of this season, Blake, you talked about like good sessions, and the way that you described a good session was like a slutty session, and you said that there would be that there's no boundaries. So I wanted to know for you, it's kind of like the question that you guys just asked me, what's one of the sluttiest things you've ever done for a good session, and is there really a such thing as like no boundaries during sex?
The sluttiest thing I think I've done was let a man pee inside me.
Okay.
For a good session, for the sake of a session. Well, to date.
Okay.
That if you would have asked me, before that, if you had asked me last year, it would have been something else.
Okay.
Oh, that's for everybody.
Well, I mean,
You said what's the sluttiest thing we've done in a session?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
to have like a good session.
I don't think I'm that slutty or freaky.
Oh, I think swallow too.
That's not that. I mean, that's normal. I had somebody.
Well, excuse the fuck out of that.
I had somebody.
Oh my god.
I had somebody throw up on my dick before. They were drunk.
Okay.
And did you keep going?
Yeah. I kept going. I think he ate it up.
See, that's gross. And I
would never, but.
I will admit that has happened to me.
Oh no! You know what the nasty? I think I might have told this story first season. But it's this guy in the valley, a fat nigga, but he sucked dick and eat ass like nobody's business. And I was at work one day, and I'm drinking coffee, and coffee is a laxative. He wanted me to come over.
Oh my goodness.
He wanted me to come over.
I already know where this
He
is
wanted me to
going.
come over after I got off work. I told you this story before.
No, I don't remember this.
And I kept saying, no, I gotta go home first because I need, I don't feel comfortable throwing my legs up unless I'm fresh out the shower.
Yeah.
So he was like, no, it's cool, like just come. So anyway, bitch, I got there, and that man cleaned my booty with his mouth.
I remember that story.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't take no shower, bitch. I was shitty. It was man from Boo Boo earlier. And I feel like he been literally stalking me ever since. Like, and he was so nasty. It's like I can't even respect him.
He probably loved
next
every
day.
moment of that.
He loved every moment.
Yeah.
So like before you went over, like you didn't try to go to like the bathroom.
I kept telling him like, no, I want to go home first. He was
Right.
like, he insisted, so I had to oblige.
No baby wipes or nothing.
Yeah.
I had a guy blow in my asshole and try to make me for it.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
Interesting.
that. Yeah. What was your nasty?
I was sitting here thinking the whole time, I don't have anything that can top anything that was said.
Tell your truth.
There's boundaries with me. But
With me.
I feel like
Blake ain't gonna back.
no, not like that, Blake. I'm just speaking for me, but I'm not mean it like that. I can't even quote thought what you said was yours. I'm just saying.
For me.
I'm just saying I take charge most times in my sessions. I'm still waiting on that thing.
Okay.
Probably my kinkiest, nastiest thing has been my threesome that I had.
Oh, that's normal.
Oh, flipping.
Yeah.
I think it was the second episode of this season, Dave ran. You said that you always have options and that you don't, and that you don't have to be single. So my question to you is, what is it about somebody that would make you choose to stay single? Or is it more about you not wanting to be in a relationship that makes you stay single?
In my mind, I envision what my next boyfriend is going to be like. And these guys that I've been dating, these guys that I entertain, none of them fit where I think my boyfriend is going to be like, my future boyfriend. And I'm just at a point in my life where I can't go all the way with somebody that maybe only holds one or two of those attributes.
Then to like piggyback off of your answer, for those guys that maybe have like those one or two things, but they don't have like all the rest of the stuff. Do you think that you even like entertaining those guys sort of like can keep you from missing like the blessing of like the guy that you actually want to?
Yes, I think if I put too much time and focus into those guys, I could miss that guy walking by.
But speaking of which, do you think that dream guy actually exists, or is that just some figment of your imagination?
I definitely think, and this is why I'm in counseling, I definitely think that it could probably be a figment of my imagination.
I think what we've been taught our ideal mate is supposed to look like, and they're supposed to check all these boxes, and we're not supposed to have to do any work.
Yes.
But the reality of the situation is you're not going to get somebody that's going to be everything.
Yeah.
You have to put in a relationship put in work in a relationship.
I feel like when we're in our 20s or when we're younger, you know, we all have a type. Do you think you've outgrown your type from when you was younger, or are you still chasing the same type?
He's actually supposed to be asking me these questions.
You read my mind because that was my next question.
But do you think you should have outgrown that type in your 20s?
I definitely think that I should have outgrown that type.
But you're only 28 anyway, baby.
That's right. Thank you for telling my truth. I think that I know now when I see it. When I see that guy, I'm like, ooh, let me stay away from him because that is what I normally go for.
Okay.
And I stopped myself twice in the last couple months because I've met two different guys when I was traveling that both gave the same vibe, same energy as every nigga I've ever been with.
Okay.
So I know now not to go for that. However, I'm still attracted to that type of guy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't just turn it off.
But you just know to fuck him and keep it pushing.
And I haven't even done that. But yes.
Yeah.
So then do you know what the right guy looks like?
Nah, I was just about to ask that. Thank you, Jesus.
No.
In my mind, no, I do.
But do you go after the right guy? You see how you're trying to stop yourself from not going after the wrong guy? Do you force yourself to go after the right guy? I know the answer to the question because we just filmed 2 weeks ago.
I don't force I haven't met this guy, but I know what I would feel like if I met this guy. It's a feeling for me.
But it's funny, last week we were talking about do you want to go for the passion guy, or do you want to go with the guy that's more like emotionally stable and that you know will do X, Y, and Z? And I said sex is number 2 on my list. So, and you asked me, Blake, what's number 1? So I was thinking yesterday, and I was like, number 1 quality for me that a man has to have is you have to know how to hustle and get money. You have to know how to eat and be resourceful. So,
and that would be a great match for you because you are a hustler.
Yeah, I can't with lazy men.
Yeah,
it's the biggest turnoff ever.
Yeah.
So I was thinking.
I think we're all kind of beyond lazy men, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't.
You can work at McDonald's. Just
have some get up and go.
Yeah, bring home a steady paycheck.
Do something illegal.
And a 10.
Like, I'm okay with that.
I'm not okay with that. Depends
so wait, you don't. So the occupation doesn't matter.
Not to me necessarily.
I want you to be passionate about something.
Okay.
And I want you.
Yes,
I agree with that.
Be passionate. Be passionate about something. That's a term.
Make money.
Yeah.
So I know all 3 of you guys, I think, sort of identify different sexually, like in the bedroom.
Not anymore. Take the bars.
What?
It's 3 flippers now.
I have no noticed that's changed since the first season to this season. But when it comes to tops and bottoms, do you guys think that there's a look? Like, can you tell who is who? And does ascribing to that look help when it comes to finding a partner?
Ooh, let me answer that first part.
Yes.
I don't think there's a look for bottoms these days because it's changed a lot, but I can sense bottoms.
Okay.
I know a bottom when I meet one. Bottoms always throw me shade. That's how I know a bottom.
That's just a gay boy.
No, it's not.
Like
Tops never throw me shade just straight
Not
up.
the tops you like.
A versatile guy's gonna throw you just the same shade.
No, because feminine tops love me too.
I don't know. I don't think it has a look. I think it's an energy.
It's definitely an energy.
Huh?
Definitely.
Well,
Because you look like a top, but you're not.
I mean, there's an energy that you need to have if you want to get on my back, but you know,
Exactly.
I don't think it has a look.
Preach.
In general.
And I agree with the energy thing, but I was in San Diego recently with some friends, and we had met this guy, and for myself personally, I think I fall somewhere in the middle of the spectrum, but like he would...
In the middle of what spectrum?
Masculine, feminine?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that okay to say?
Yeah, that's fair.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't quite call it the middle, but sure.
Well, I mean...
I'm kidding.
You know what I mean? Like it's like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Not directly.
For sure.
Not an extreme of either.
Not an extreme of either.
No,
exactly.
yeah,
That's
okay.
what I mean. Not an extreme of either. And there was a guy who was...
An extreme of one?
Yes. Yes. Who I got to talking to him. He said that he was a bottom. We were talking about relationships because he was in one. He asked me, like, was I in a relationship? I was like, no, I haven't been in a relationship in quite some time. And he asked me, was I a top or a bottom? And I said bottom. And he looked at me. He was just like, well... He said I didn't present myself like a bottom. I guess like how I looked or how I dressed or how I don't know what it was.
Well, maybe because
he
you're tall.
Was he white?
He was white.
Oh, okay.
And
that's because that's why.
Exactly, and that's what I personally thought. And he didn't bring that up. He just he just said look, and so I was like, oh, okay. But even with that, I still feel like generally speaking, I have a hard time with finding someone necessarily just because of that thing of like, oh, he's black, he's tall, and so those two things like cancels out you with the possibility of being
And I think
bottom.
white men, well, and then I could be wrong, but I think a lot of white men who sensationalize being with a black man want a big black cock.
Very true.
And so what black men represent to them are big black cocks. They represent tops unless you're a flamboyant bottom.
Exactly.
They're going to put you in that box of you're a top and you're going to top me.
Now, do you flip-flop sometimes?
Never.
Never?
Oh, Jesus, you said that with such passion. How old are you?
30.
The day will come.
Okay, so this
The day will
question...
come.
I know so.
Well, this question is more so for Blake and David, but I'm going to ask you something separate.
Okay.
So when you guys decide to top, is there a difference in the way that you initiate sex? More so to Blake, because I know sometimes you like the top. So if you bring a little boy over here, like how do you ask for the pussy? Because I can't see it. Because I know normally he doesn't like to.
I do not initiate sex.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I don't initiate sex. I don't initiate it with the bottoms either.
So they just come over.
Child, it's a new breed of bitches out there today.
No, okay. Oh, so they're aggressive.
Yeah, these little bottoms.
So y'all come in and sit on the couch and bring them straight to the bedroom.
No. We go straight to the bedroom. We just have sex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like a conversation, a thing.
Right.
Like we don't watch TV. It's not like me when I go to a top's house.
Right.
You know, I pussyfoot, lollygag, play that little song and dance, sit on the couch, fix myself something to drink, and then I'd be like, okay.
Exactly.
I'm total opposite. I know I'm going to bottom or whatever. I'm just more aggressive. I'm like, to your point earlier about black guys just getting straight to the point. I'm straight to the point because I'm not fucking my boyfriend. So if I was fucking my boyfriend, it would be lovemaking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We going through all the motions.
Yeah.
But because I'm just casually having sex, and speaking to casually having sex, as a bottom, I'm aggressive. And aggressive meaning I'm taking off my shit as soon as we start talking about it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not wasting no time.
Right.
I'm not
Like you going and you reaching for the dick.
Yeah, like I'm taking my shit off. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You already know what it is. I know what it is.
I clutch my pearls.
Yeah, I'm that, and
I'm never.
I'm that in bottoming, and lately in the flip flopping that I've been doing, it's been during the session that it just happens. Mm-hmm. It's never like I don't never bring nobody over like I'm about to fuck the shit out of you. Exactly. It don't never. It's not.
It hasn't happened yet. It's a spectrum. It'll happen.
But I haven't.
But I can see that from you because you're a little feisty thing.
I'm just aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm just aggressive. I want what I want when I want it. And if I'm drunk, like, and both of them actually have seen me like tipsy or whatever, then I would probably be more of an aggressor and ready to like top somebody or whatever if I'm like drinking or tipsy or whatever. Because I've seen me drunk. I grab up on you and everything. Like,
how are you?
See, I do that to get the person, but when we go back, like
that would throw me off.
We go back to the place.
I
like to be taking like
he should take the kill if you didn't give him all of that.
Like exactly, you know what I mean? And that and although because you said something that like resonated, like because you said for you like you're not doing all of that if it's not the person like if it's not the person that you're dating, like your boyfriend.
Yeah, you don't get all that.
So, which is interesting only because we know, like on this show, like the listeners know you to be the romantic, and so for me knowing that about myself as well, I feel like that's a big part of the reason why I'm like I want you to, I want to be doted on. I want you to do stuff to me. So it's interesting to see that. But then
because he is not the romantic. I am.
None of them are the romantic. I'm happy.
No, but I think we all crave romance. We spoke about that before.
Right.
I think I'm the romantic in a sense, and I think Tavarus kind of is too because he's a water sign. We're just like that. We're very passionate about our lovemaking.
We all just go about it differently.
Let's not get
romance looks different.
Yeah, let's not get it twisted. We are extremely passionate. I know I'm very passionate, but this is when I care and love you.
Gotcha.
This is not when I'm just having casual sex and I'm just living my life freely. And I don't even want you looking.
Tavarus, what happens when you bottom? Do you initiate it as the bottom, or
always be aggressive? Well, I wouldn't even deal with a man.
As a bottom, you're the.
I wouldn't deal with a man who didn't know how to take charge.
Okay.
Because I'm like a pit bull. So if I even sense fear in you or you scared to talk to me, it's not gonna work. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you have to handle me.
Exactly.
If you gonna handle it.
That's gonna be if you gonna handle it.
No, you gotta know how to talk to me. You gotta know how to touch me. If I get to the house and you all,
they gotta touch you with a close fist.
What can I? And
exactly.
Oh my God,
I hate that.
What you mean?
I hate that.
Yeah. Don't ask me anything.
Don't ask me.
No. And my biggest thing is like, don't ask me like before we meet up. Like, what am I into? Like, figure it out when I get there. Like, I don't like to.
No.
I like to set boundaries and parameters.
No, well,
I don't want no guessing.
No. It's not a guessing. Like you can do stuff, and maybe
that's how people get shit on their chest.
Yeah.
No, you can ask me like, would you like? Are you down to do this? Would you do this?
No.
And I can say yes or no.
No.
But don't like. I don't want to tell you just everything that I'm into.
I think
part of what turns me on is by you figuring that shit out.
A turn off is asking me any questions in the bed.
Yeah. I think the question, what are you into? I think that is trying to get the answer, are you a top or a bottom?
And that's usually how I answer.
Or if you into raw safe.
Mm-hmm. And that's usually how I answer. But sometimes, like, then I'm like, oh, you, and then they'll give like this whole list of things that they're into, and I'm like, I don't do like this.
Well, that's because there's a lot that you don't do.
Right.
It's true.
Well, I don't know if you don't do it, you just haven't. And I'm surprised you haven't been dealing with white men because they nasty, right?
He said it. You said they was nasty. We can make them.
They do request things, but like I reject it.
I had a man ask me to shit on his chest for $60.
$60,
right? Just $60. I said you can throw a one in front of me, bitch. I might. But what would make you say no at the last minute to sex? Like, say you're already in the moment, you're kind of like kissing and naked. Like, what would make you stop it?
I've done that.
I do.
I've done that. I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that often.
If there's a stench, a bump,
Yeah, if there's something not right with your body, if your dick ain't getting hard,
Exactly.
if your dick is little as fuck, like super little.
Damn, super little.
Okay.
Yes. I've arrived and it was like shorter than my pinky.
Yeah.
You got a long.
Y'all don't ask for pictures for your show?
You know,
People-
niggas is very
yes.
smart about how they take pictures now.
And
Y'all
they
know how to gauge the dick
send
size.
other people's pictures.
No, and not only that, but they take them at angles. I was just telling this dude the other night on the phone. I said, you need to work on how you take pictures, because the way you take your pictures, the camera's all the way up on your dick. And he's like, well, why don't you come over and take them for me? Nah, nigga, I need you to take them right, because
Exactly.
I know something ain't right with this. And
Exactly.
he was like 6'3", and it was just, the picture was too up close for me.
I hate Picturegate. Like,
You don't like
the whole, like, ooh, send me a picture of this. Like another picture. Ooh, you got another picture? Ooh, take this kind of picture.
But I'm only-
Ooh,
The only picture I request is let me see the hole.
Exactly.
Well, because what would make me stop
all that.
is like, okay, I'm not big on head, but if you're gonna suck it, suck it. So when I'm getting head, I like a nigga to be like to his side, so I can play with his booty while he's sucking it.
Yeah.
So one specific time, I'm playing with the whole bitch, and it felt like a pile of pumpkin seeds,
Wait, what?
and I was like, oh.
But he could have sent you a picture of the whole 2 weeks ago when it didn't have
Well, I'm just saying that's what would make me stop having sex. Bitch, it was bumpy. Like I don't know if
in
it's
the
skin
hole?
tags.
Like in there?
Bitch, outside, inside.
Jesus. Ooh.
Yeah. So I was like,
So
yeah,
now.
it's a wrap.
Like in the hole?
Bitch, the whole bitch.
The whole thing, outside, inside, don't even matter.
Yeah. No bumps, ho.
How do you
Yeah.
get bumps like that back
I
then?
don't know.
Herpes,
Herpes, skin
Like
tags,
several
being wore
warts,
out,
genital warts.
hemorrhoids.
Shit.
Yeah. But one time I had I'm a fuck nigga sometimes. But
You gonna do wait, what, sometimes?
I'm a fuck nigga sometimes.
Oh, you are a fuck.
I had a boy over many moons ago, a gentleman.
2 weeks.
And we were having sex, and we were like missionary. He was on his back, so I was like acting like I wanted to switch positions. So I was like turn around and do it from the back, and I took the condom off. And then I was like doing it a little bit.
No.
And he freaked out, and he just jumped up and put his clothes on and left. He was so mad I took the condom off.
Tavarus.
Tavares, that is so funny.
See, now that's not
He
right.
should have swung on you.
That is not right.
I know.
You would.
You know it's
And did you
not.
send you a text message? What happened?
That was it. It was just
Oh wow.
Oof.
Do you see him out?
I seen him one time.
Oh no, I was gonna say
He's not like he was a black boy, but he's like whitewash. He wouldn't be like at the Negro clubs.
Oh, okay.
That's why he got him right out on you.
Do I know who he is?
I don't think so.
So earlier this season, I know you guys also talked about this. I believe in the first season, you guys talked about love languages, and like you shared like what your love language is, meaning what you like for the other person to do to you. So what I wanted to know was, what love language do you think you naturally give to the other person?
So I have two go-tos. So my two go-tos
And this is the way you show it, not the way
I show it are gifts. I naturally like to buy my boyfriends gifts because I want them to look nice and I want them to compliment me.
What kind of gift?
He said clothes.
Like clothes.
Since you flip flopping, you
Well, you know,
Pussy I got.
like clothes, like shoes, stuff like that, like things to compliment us.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I like to do is acts of kindness, because I find just from past relationships, like when you make time for somebody and do something you may not even like or something you really could care less about doing, but if you do something and make the time to do it for that person, that makes people so happy.
Yeah.
What about you, Blake? How do you show
How do I
interest
show?
or love or?
I swallow the dick and lick the balls at the same time.
Acts of kindness.
There you go. What's that qualified?
For real, what do you do?
Bitch, that was for real. I don't just do that with everybody. Like, you say,
Oh no!
yeah, like, you got to. Don't you run my news. I'm talking about that. Now, I will say, words of affirmation and quality time. The words of affirmation I actually am currently working on. And I would say I like to get like.
I can see that.
I would say I like
No shade. Wait, what do you mean? Like working on it? Like you're working on like
words of affirmation,
like
doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, like letting them know that they are appreciated. That hey, you know what? I understand that you don't have to be in my life, but you know, you look sexy today, baby. You look good.
Is it easier for you to say that in text or do you say it in person?
Yeah,
I say it via text. I communicate mostly via text.
right.
But I will talk today over the phone and tell him on the phone too.
But you say it in a joking way, like.
No, I don't say it in a joking way, Tavarus. Have you done it? I just I'm domesticated and shit. I'm docile. I'm submissive. Like, baby, what you need? And quality time. Quality time is probably the one that I enjoy the most, is to spend quality time with them. But sometimes I do understand that me spending quality time with you, if that's not your language of love or how you receive it, then you're not going to be able to receive that. So that's why I try to do all of them. So I try to do, quality time is my go-to. Words of affirmation will be next. And then the next one is gifts. But it's not like gifts. It's real like if I'm out on vacation, I'm going to buy you a trinket.
Right.
Are these questions that you guys ask when you meet people? Like, what is your love language? Or is it
No, do you ask?
I do, actually.
I figure it out. I don't ask.
No, I ask.
I try to figure it out. Yeah. And I usually go with the one that I like to, like what my love language is, which initially is like touch, but I like to do gifts. Because me personally,
niggas out here buying gifts. Who paying rent?
Yes, that him.
Y'all
But yeah, mine is usually gifts because I like remembering something that you told me on the second day, like 6 months later.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like
that's
it show it shows that like, okay, he listens, he cares, like he remembers things. So that's why mine is gifts. So that would be like my number one.
Tavarus, what's yours?
Yeah.
I do them all.
Bitch, please.
I do. The way that I like to receive it, I don't need that. The way that I like to receive it is quality time, but yeah, I would want to give him my time. I'm big on words of affirmation. Like I'm always like, you're attractive or you look good in this or whatever.
You are also big on words of de-affirmation.
Yeah.
Who raised you?
Sometimes you gotta de-affirm. But yeah. No, but I have a question. How much of your partner's opinions do you take into consideration when it comes to your appearance? Like if they like to see you in a certain thing, or if they like how you look with a beard, would you grow it out? Or if they want you to grow
I hate to say it, yes, it matters. I hate to say I like to, in my mind, I think I want to believe that it doesn't.
Yes.
But if there's something that he does not like, I'm not going to do it.
I agree.
I agree. I agree.
I hate it.
Give me an example of something you've done that they
recently.
Or whatever.
So I have a Fendi bag, a blue one. It's the cutest shit. It's a man bag. It's a man bag. And like, so we were house shopping last weekend or a weekend before, whatever. And like, I got in the car. It was like, what the fuck is that, a purse? I was like, it's not a purse. And he's not a guy that's into that type of thing. And he's not like into fashion, so he doesn't get it. So I was just like, I just left it in the car the entire day. We were together the entire day. He reached, before I even had a chance to like even decide whether or not I wanted to take it with me, he like, he grabbed a towel from his back seat and like, here, just put this over your bag. And I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
And I left it there the entire day, 15 hours, just in the car.
What about you, David?
I was dealing with a guy and he didn't like me having my beard. Not this last beard because I haven't been dealing with anybody.
I tell you that all the time. Trim that shit.
Yeah, and he used to always be like, "Why you got that?" Or he would just say things that I could tell irritated him about it, and it bothered me. It bothered me because I wanted to always be attractive and sexy to him,
right?
Because he did a lot to maintain his looks for me.
Yes.
So
I think that's important. What about you, Trey? Have you ever been in that situation or?
Like my face is my face. So if I grow like facial hair, like I don't always have facial hair, but I've had it for like the past 2 years, and so it's like for me it feels recent. So I don't think I would change it just because you like mention it. Like And maybe this is because this is how I would be stepping into the relationship, like looking like this. So if I step in looking like this, and then you ask me to start changing things and being like nitpicky about things that are about me, I feel like I wouldn't be so like apt to like.
But not in a negative way. Like, say you decided to switch it up and you got a fade this week, and he's like, "Oh, I love how that look on you. Like, keep that."
Then yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then yes.
Tavarus, what about you?
I dated a guy one time who was into wearing like black fingernail polish, and that is not my thing. And I told him, "Don't."
I think how long ago did that happen though?
That was
that's
like
kind of
5 years ago.
Yeah, now it's like
it's
now
the
it's
thing.
But I'm
trendy.
still not into it, especially if it doesn't go with the full aesthetic. Like, you have some guys who are more artsy and they can get away with certain things, but this just
They wasn't your cup of tea. But I will say, like, let us not ignore the fact that I think, not even talking about the niggas that we date that we would change for. What about the niggas that we are trying to impress? Like the nigga we don't even have yet. Ain't none of us trying to be fat and funky and sloppy.
Well, yeah, I think that's a personal thing too.
Yeah.
Bitch, you on ketos trying to catch a man.
No, bitch, I'm on ketos for me, ho.
You a lie.
Because I got a nude photo shoot coming up.
What? Is that what this is about? Who you? What?
It's new Jack pictures, bitch. She's
girl, you a lie.
What did you do a new photo shoot for? Can we address that?
No, we'll talk about it later.
It's not her
I just want to be cute.
It's her birthday suit. Not
Where you gonna post
It's a
new
Jack
picture?
photo shoot, baby.
Anyway,
With the iPhone.
He got questions too.
the most. Well, I'm not done.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, he's a special guest.
Okay, but girl, should I press pause, girl? You want to say something?
No, I don't have anything to say.
But anyway, the most common requests I get is guys asking me to like grow out my chest hair or like grow my pubic hair and stuff, and I nares everything, so I'm not gonna oblige.
Does your chest hair even grow like that?
I'm the wildebeest. If I don't shave, I'm like Bear City.
I can't.
I love hair. I
think chocolate should be smooth.
No, I disagree. I think a man should be a man and let his hair grow.
But one time,
What if you can't?
you come from a different generation too.
But are you? I know. I like my man here. Oh shit! You with the fuck?
No, let me tell you a story. So the last guy I was talking to,
Carisha, please. Yeah.
You see how you just try to sun me? Like,
It's trying to move on.
so basically, because I come from a different generation, I don't have no opinion. that matters.
no. The last guy I was talking to, I didn't really know that he was paying attention to like the colognes and stuff that I wear. So one day he had mentioned like, "Oh, I really like, your smell good or whatever." So one day, a friend of mine had on a cologne. I was like, "Oh, bitch, what you got on? That smell good." So he told me, and I got some. So I wore it the next day trying to be cute or whatever. So I get in the bed, and he said, "You been drinking?" I said, "No, I was trying to be cute." My new cologne.
You must have had that one that smelled like it smelled like
I
brown
thought it
liquor.
smelled good, but he wasn't.
There's this
feeling
one that people be wearing. It smells like brown liquor. That shit is so disgusting to me.
I gagged. I was like, "Bitch, I'll never do nothing nice for you again." What you got, Trey?
So I wanted to know, what do you guys feel about hall passes? And is that something that you would be willing to give to like your significant other?
I want Tavarus to answer first.
Me too.
I already know that bitch answer.
No, you should know my answer. How do I feel about hall passes?
Yes.
They don't exist. After my Atlanta trip, I said this to myself. I said, I could really settle down today. It's only 2 more niggas in this world that I want to fuck. It's one nigga in Dallas and one in New York, and then I could be off the market. I've had enough sex for a lifetime, to be honest. A couple, for real. So,
And that's what I'm saying. So like, by the time you get into this relationship, it's like, why can't you commit yourself to that one person?
That's why I think it's important to commit as you, like, 30s, closer to mid, after you done got it out your system.
Mm-hmm. After you done got it out your system.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that it's in your system means that you weren't designed to be monogamous. You weren't designed to only have one person for your entire life. So I couldn't do it for the first 20 years. What makes you think I can do it? What makes the second 20 years different?
No, I desire monogamy, but
I desire monogamy as well. I just know that it's not. It might not necessarily.
You just have to get rid of appetite.
But then going along with your thought process, wouldn't that be with everything? Like we desire the truth, but we know people are gonna lie to us. Like,
I'm not eating fried chicken every day, 3 times a day for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
No, I want some variety, and I do acknowledge, I do believe that it is. Polygamy is such a bad thing. Why is it a bad thing? Is it a bad thing because society told us
it's
it was
not
bad?
a bad thing.
No. What if I want variety? I have variety in everything in my life. Mm-hmm.
Why
Like, why can't I have it with my partner?
Yeah.
I have it in my clothes. I have it in my choice of states. I have it in anything that I want to do. I can be free to do those things. Why am I confining myself to this box and saying
all of that shit to me is a cop out, and it's not
a cop out because I want monogamy. But I'm just trying to give
to the people who talk like that. It's bullshit to me.
It's not bullshit.
I don't want to hear the argument of we're not supposed to be.
I honestly think it's also growth. I think it's some maturity.
People are mess.
I think there's a, like, if it were like a bell curve, you come up to like, okay, you start off thinking like, oh, I want to fuck everybody. Mm-hmm. You start off here with this limited knowledge, but eventually you get to a point in your relationship where you think like, oh, this is it. I just want monogamy. Mm-hmm. But then eventually I think you drop back down when you see the world as a whole, and when you're that fish that can see water, and you can actually see where you are in life and what that actually looks like. I think then your mind then changes and you go back to like, okay, you know what? I don't think monogamy is realistic. Now, I don't think it's realistic, but my reasons for thinking that it's not realistic are different from the reasons that it was when I was 18 and 19.
Yes.
The reasons look different.
Well, it can also be that we all value different things. Because if I say that I want monogamy from you, and then if you value our family and what we built, then you'll stick to that. Now, if you just want to get your nut because you feel like whatever, then as long as you're willing to throw all this away, go do it.
But I don't think that's the case.
Away.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that because I don't think that because a dude steps out and fucks something that he wants to throw his life with you.
If we make an agreement and then you have this action, that means that's the decision you want to make.
So he may not want to throw it all away. Maybe he just want to fuck something different.
Then go do because don't agree to that.
So then why do we have the phrase you want to have your cake and eat it too? Like, why is that phrase?
Go give somebody polygamous.
Exactly.
Because man made that phrase.
Exactly.
Just like man made the idea of marriage and man made the idea of monogamy. That's why we have those phrases. Those phrases are a way to keep people in these boxes and keep us confined, and it all goes back to ownership and owning people and possessing people.
Well, I own you and I want you to own me.
And once upon a time, it was okay for whites to own blacks.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
And blacks weren't actually human beings, they were property.
Right.
And we had to move past that frame of thinking and get to another level of thinking. And I think with monogamy, not that I do only want to be in a relationship. I don't want my man to sleep with anybody else. I don't want to sleep with anybody else. However, I'm trying to work on being open to the idea that monogamy is.
But why didn't we start off with polygamy first? Like, wasn't that the thing, and then we worked our way right? Yeah, in other countries before America.
We started with monogamy first because it was only Adam and Eve.
But how come as gay men we always feel like we have to have this conversation and heterosexual couples are not?
Well, that's why they all say divorce, and because that
I think men grow into certain spaces and they do find themselves being monogamous, but all the gays want to be like, we ain't supposed to be with nobody.
No, y'all don't willing to put up with her husband cheating.
Sure don't.
Like, she's willing
to put up with him until he get it out of his system.
But you also can't compare us because we are two men in relationships.
We are, but we all have the ability to have discipline.
Exactly.
But heterosexuals is a man and a woman. They think differently as a couple.
Yeah.
Two grown men with their testosterones, we think differently as a couple than them. There's no rule book.
Yeah, but we think differently because we don't have examples.
Right.
But we wouldn't need examples.
But it's testosterone.
It's not even about
we don't even have examples of healthy
for people who just want to cheat.
No, it's not.
Genetic makeup is an excuse.
Thank you.
Well, next question.
Baby, your leg shaking under the table.
Shit.
So, when it comes to like first times, like you guys' first experience,
in general,
overall, were you guys afraid? Like, was there anything that scared you about like your first experience, your first time with another guy?
Yes, for me, for sure. I was in Air Force. And when I was in at that time, it was don't ask, don't tell. So you couldn't do anything gay. You couldn't talk about it. And my first time was with my first sergeant, the guy that I reported to, like my boss. And I was just really scared that somebody was going to find out.
Right.
And I didn't know if he was going to tell people or whatever. And I just knew that I had already invested all this time, like a whole year in, and I just didn't want to get kicked out, and I didn't want to embarrass my family. So I was scared as fuck.
My first time, I was excited, but then I was also like disgusted because it was like, damn, now I'm for real gay. Because before it was just like thoughts, and then I'm like, okay, I'm actually.
You didn't have to own it.
I didn't have to own it.
Yeah,
and it was a mess.
Yeah.
I want to say that was my first experience as well, like not sexual experience, but not having sex.
Yeah.
It was like Tavarus's. Damn, now I'm really gay.
Yeah.
But then I also thought that, you know what? I'm not really gay. I'm actually just in love with this man. Like, I'm not in love with men. I'm in love with that man.
Right.
And if I can't be with that man, then I don't want to be with any other men.
Mm-hmm.
My first experience was with a Mexican boy, and all I wanted was head. I didn't want to fuck him because that would have been too real. That's it.
That's it.
And then he would be begging me to fuck him, and I'm like, look, I don't want to do that. Just suck my dick and go home.
Wow.
So yeah.
That was like your first.
Yeah.
Wow.
But what about you wanted another man to suck your dick?
I don't know. I can't go. I don't even remember what I was thinking at that time. This is what I was feeling.
Right.
Because it had to be a man, not a woman.
I always wanted a man. I didn't want a man.
You didn't want to. I see what you didn't want to go all the way with a man, but you wanted to.
Yeah, have the pleasure.
Put your feet in the water. What about you, Trey?
For me, I was definitely terrified. Just I was terrified of like the whole act of sex, and then what specifically I remember for the first time was like, you know, there was like foreplay that was going on. I was comfortable with that. Was when he asked me to like turn around. I don't know why that is, but even sort of to this day, like I'm more comfortable with it now. But just not facing the person. I don't know what that is. It terrifies.
It's disrespectful.
No. Because you wanted in your mind. So I believe you can tell a lot about a person by their sexual position of preference. So for you, if missionary is your sexual position of preference, that means you're more into lovemaking, you're more into intimacy and a connection. You're into love.
Yeah.
People who like it doggy style just want to fuck. They want no attachment, no emotional attachment, and they're emotionally.
Or if they're unattractive and you just want a nut, it's like, bitch, turn over. I don't even want to see
Yeah, I don't want to be with you.
Right.
And vice versa.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel the exact same way because missionary is my position of choice.
Same.
Do you guys agree with, okay, I saw something online the other day and it said first base is sex, second base is hit each other up when the sun is out, third base is sharing childhood trauma, and a home run is expressing romantic interest.
In the gay world, that's probably
In the gay
true.
world, yeah. That's horrible.
That's kind of like back. Like I would switch.
Wow.
I would switch 1 and 3. First, we're having sex.
Yeah. What you mean? Why you sound so
Oh no, the first date is sex.
Yeah.
Like your meetup is sex.
I don't even like you until after we have sex.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
not
yeah.
if I like meet you out
Really?
in public.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I meet you out in public,
Yeah, I gotta have
and
sex
stuff
with you
like
at least 3 times.
What?
Oh no! To
figure it out.
To share
To know
like,
that I like you?
childhood. No.
I'm the opposite.
The childhood. I'm just saying I would swap those.
Well, we're not saying what they should be. We're saying what they are.
You're right. You
Yeah.
said that you agree.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
But back to that, I don't. You guys said that you like them after you had sex with them. That's when you know you like them.
Yeah, I don't want to
have sex
I like them before.
I'm different.
And it don't have to be the first date or anything, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to drag on the getting to know process too long before we see what's up.
No.
Oh no, I'm not.
I want to have sex earlier.
Because that's a make or break.
I'm not
If
like
the
that.
date don't work, if you uncut,
Yeah, I need to
like
have
all of these
sex.
are deal breakers.
I'm not like
First.
that. I'm not like that at all. I'm total opposite.
You want a date, go on like romantic outings, hold hands, and then find out the dick
Well,
is
if
trash?
I don't like you, we're gonna have sex right away. If I don't like you, or if I do like you, if I like you, and I can see something happening from this, I want to save that and I want to make it special.
But see, I'm different because I don't even go on dates with niggas unless I know I could see forever. So by the time I go on a date with you, I already like you. So then I might not have sex with you because that's gonna make me crazy.
Okay.
So I won't have sex with you to save my own self.
So you don't have sex, and then later you find out about the date.
I already do my research. I be knowing.
Okay.
It's hitting something.
You know what though? I kind of feel this might sound bad, but I kind of feel like guys who aren't hitting on shit with like their dick stick to like things like Grindr or whatever.
What you mean?
Like, because I feel like they've probably I feel like most of those types of guys, like, they've already been shamed before, and so they stick to like the outskirts of, like, you know what I mean? I don't feel like they're necessarily trying to date. Like, they probably would go like their whole life just kind of like
well, that's
meeting
not
one
my
night
choice.
people and
Like doing one night stands.
Exactly.
No, I think those people are just emotionally unavailable. I honestly feel like the more sex you have, the better you are at it. Practice makes perfect.
True.
So I do feel there is some truth to what you're saying too, but I feel like the other people, probably 80-20.
But I don't know if I was thinking about talking about this or if we talked about this before, but do you think that if you have a lot of sex and you're super experienced, that it makes it harder to date because you have more references? Like it makes it harder to settle because you're like overstimulated.
No.
Did the question make sense? I don't know.
My references don't talk. Bitch, you heard me.
No, what you mean by that?
They don't talk. You can call my reference.
No, I'm saying because you've had a lot of partners and a lot of
bitch, you call them references?
No,
my references
because you've had sex with a lot of people. Does it make you more picky in the person?
I haven't had sex with a lot of people. You had Daybreed.
Well, you know, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
I had to.
No, but don't do me.
I
like
had to
that.
cut the next.
Don't do me like that. I'm a gay attractive man. And
you have a lot of sex.
We've all had a lot of sex.
And
it doesn't make me. You asked, does it make you pickier with like who you choose just because you've had?
It makes the standards higher for people to live up to because you know what's out
what good sex is.
Yeah.
Oh, just from a sexual standpoint.
When you've been introduced to good sex.
Yes.
I don't have to have a lot of references, but let's say if I've had for me what is great sex, the next person coming after you have to at least reach that bar. And if you come to me after that bar has been set and it's not there, then I'm like, okay.
So is that fair? Because I feel like you're basing it off of, the question is based off of like how much sex you've personally.
It's not how.
What if the other person hasn't?
No, it's not about quantity. It's about quality.
Right.
It's a qualitative analysis.
Right, but I'm
saying quantity.
Yeah.
But quantity. Just because you had a lot of sex don't mean it was good sex.
Right, but you could be measuring somebody against an impossible standard because
but that's not a quantifiable standard. It's about quality. I'm measuring you against the quality of the sex, not the number of sex.
Do you think you don't think it can increase? You don't think it can improve? Because I've heard, I've heard that like I'm
not training niggas to do nothing.
But I mean,
I can probably train you a little bit.
I think total opposite of what they're saying. I don't think that way. I don't measure great sex off of somebody that I've had prior to you.
Right.
I measure sex off of how I feel when I'm with you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So let me just give an example. Like Tavarus may give me a pleasure that no one else has ever given me, and not that I was looking for that, but just like, ooh, that felt good.
True.
That's great. I like that. Now I could have sex with Blake,
my name.
and I could have sex with Blake, and he gives me something different too. Now I'm not comparing them; it's just different.
But what is the something that I'm getting is less than what's about?
I agree with David.
What is just regular?
But it could be. There's a whole lot that goes into that.
But
wait. Maybe I like you more.
No, I know, but maybe. But I'm saying, let's say not.
If I'm into you more,
let's say not.
Okay, then let's say I'm into him. Let's say I'm into Tavarus more.
Yeah.
Right, but you have better sex.
No,
it equals to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
sex ain't better than love. Okay, so if you into somebody, it makes the sex better, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like, I'm like, at this point, I know what amazing head feels like. I know what a good ass eater feels like. I know what good fucking feels like. So I don't want to settle on a partner that doesn't have all three.
And I think
because I feel like, and I want to love you.
No, I don't agree with that because
That's
I think okay. So and this goes back to something I watched. I can't remember what show, but she said you don't want that because you don't want like best sex you ever had guy to be like your boyfriend.
No. You're trying to minimize what I'm saying.
I'm not.
Bullshit.
I want the best sex and I want to be into you and love you. I want everything.
All of it. Check all the boxes.
But I never look at my boyfriends as being a provider for the best sex I've ever had.
My boyfriends had amazing sex.
No, I don't.
I agree.
I don't.
agree with that.
I don't do that. I don't do that. Yeah. I'm not looking at you for that. I'm looking at you for everything that I want a boyfriend to bring. Yeah. I'm not expecting you to be the best and greatest sex I've ever had.
Well, because I love you, it's going to be the best in that moment.
What if he could be the best in all of it?
Yeah.
What if he could be your best sex, your best provider, your best everything?
But you know what?
What
I want in a man is already niche enough. Mm-hmm. I'm not looking for you to be all these things that
You're
I've
settling,
my boyfriends.
sis.
I'm not settling.
No,
I'm not settling because I've had it. Like Tavarus said earlier, I've had enough sex. I'm good.
Right.
I just want somebody I can connect with on every level.
But we can't.
But
You can have both though.
you don't have
If it
to.
does exist.
You don't have to have the greatest sex.
Exactly.
To be
No, you don't have to have the greatest.
Wait,
but
it goes
what
to his-
if you could have it all?
But it goes to Davian's
And that's
first
what it is.
point about.
Could you have it all? Would you have it all if you could?
If I could, I would.
Yes.
But you know what? I don't think that's realistic.
Exactly.
It's not. No. We said earlier
that's less realistic
you
about the-
having this ideal standard of what a man should be.
Right.
You might not be able to get all those things.
Yeah.
You got to work and build a man like build a bear.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you're willing to throw away, not throw away, but push to the side is sex. And
But that's not consistent with what he said last week because he said it's number 1 and number 2 on your list as well.
Okay, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And let's take it back. And since you want a reference, let's take it back.
Baby Linda.
Okay.
Let's take it all the way back to season 1. I was in a relationship for 3 years, almost 4 years, my longest relationship ever. And he had the worst sex ever that I've ever been with.
sorry
Any
to
guy
hear
that, yeah, and no, I don't want you to be sorry. I just want you to hear what I have to say.
Okay.
So in that moment, because what I'm saying is, here's what I'm saying. We were together longer than any other man I've ever been with. I love that man still to this day. Love his dirty draws. If there was any way, shape, or form that we can get back together, I would want that to happen for us. And he had the worst sex of anybody I've ever dealt with, date or boyfriend. So what I'm saying is, I would like. You asked us what we would want and what we would like. I would like to have sex as a number 1. That's my preference. But if I fall for you in every way, in every shape, in every form of everything else you got, then that's fine.
So then I just said that you would be settling. You said you wouldn't be settling. But
No,
you
he just said he wouldn't be
but you
settling.
just
He
said
said something different.
No, but
Yeah.
you just said that I would like for it to be the best sex.
I would like, but
So
it's
then
fine
when
if it doesn't happen.
Is that
That's
not settling? I would like it, but it's fine if it doesn't.
That's not settling.
Oh.
What's settling?
Hold on, let our guest talk. What you got to say, Trey?
Well, so I agree with Davian on this just because I feel like most people so we're putting sex up here on a pedestal, but most people let's say that has to be number 1 for you. So then or number 2. So then you're accepting this as your standard for sex is up high. But then what about the rest of the stuff that comes with the guy?
Other things
usually,
matter as well.
no, it does, it does. But those things I feel like are more important. Those things are the things that makes people break up. Those things are the things that makes you not connect to me more.
No, the things that make
Sex,
people break up
sex
is what Davian just said, settling, because people are not honest with themselves about what they want. And they end up saying, oh, I like him, he's a nice guy, he treats me good. And then they always be like, oh, but I want this nigga.
And when you know that other people have better sex than him, that's when you end up cheating.
Yeah.
Because you want to get pleased.
So what about because you guys have both been in relationships. So if you felt at the time like they were the best sex that you guys ever had, and that was your number 1, then why aren't you still with that person if that was your number 1?
Are you gonna be?
No. Well,
anyone can.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand. On the air. And guess who's talking about? So you're exactly correct. So let me take you from one of my best relationships on the books. The sex was trash. It was garbage. He checked all the other boxes. So the situationship that I'm in now. And I can promise you this, the thing that I thought that I wanted most is not the thing that I wanted the most. Now that I've grown to know, it's different. My ex-boyfriend, I was sexually attracted to him, but it was a deeper sexual attraction. It wasn't the superficial stuff the physicality of it. It was, I'm attracted to you based on the way that you treat me. Right. But what happens on the day that you treat me bad?
Right.
Then I'm not attracted to you that day.
Right.
As opposed to being sexually attracted to somebody on the physicality. And every time you just see them, regardless of what they say to you, you're like, you know what? I don't like you right now, but I love you.
Yes.
And I would still fuck the shit out you. And I think sex and communication are like the building blocks and the foundation of a great relationship. And regardless of all the other shit that you are going through in that relationship, if you can come back to that building block and that foundation, you can still build on something.
But my last boyfriend 4 years ago, he was 9 years younger than me, so he was very inexperienced.
God damn, what was he, 2? Because you only 11.
Anyway, but the sex was good while I was in love with him. But when we started beefing, I checked out and I wasn't sexually attracted to him no more. On top of the fact that you're inexperienced, so yes, the sex needs to be amazing. And
I also feel like when the sex is amazing, you stop checking for other people, because as men or human beings, we're physical creatures and visual creatures. So when I see somebody, I'm like, damn, I want to fuck him. And then I just go back to my head like, it's not even worth it, because the nigga I'm fucking, I know he out fuck him. Because I done had all the sex in the world. And I know there are very few people who can out fuck the nigga I'm fucking.
Yes, I agree.
And why would I even waste my goddamn time? I'm not even hopping in the shower trying to flee for that shit.
Yeah.
See, but I think I think that's
now can't none of y'all meet him. He off limits, baby. Because the girls, you tell y'all, Tavarus the first one up.
I just think it's more about then, like, what I'm getting is like it's more about what you prioritize in a relationship. Because
it is subjective.
To me, sex isn't number one.
But it also comes from being in these streets and being experienced. I want more. I require more now.
Yeah.
In all aspects.
Everybody got a degree. Everybody got a good job. Everybody got their own car. Everybody got their own house.
Yeah.
Come on.
Check.
Exactly.
Now,
those boxes is checked.
Exactly.
Now what else you got, baby?
Exactly.
I got a question for you, Trey.
Yes.
You sit over here with big hands.
Oh,
It don't matter here about him. What you want to do with it?
I just
Exactly, because that's
the
what
people
I was
want to
saying.
know. Is it true?
That if you have big hands,
And you from Texas.
And everything's big in Texas.
I feel like you can't ask that question to somebody from Texas.
Why?
Because they gonna
because of the notion.
I just have never.
I mean,
when
I
it
don't-
comes to Texans, I have never been let down.
exactly.
Yeah. Come on, God. Answer. Check.
Exactly. But the thing is, Tavarus already said it though. Since I'm a bottom, like I don't.
Do you?
You don't even like them to touch your dick.
No.
Oh.
Do you
You
get
wear
hard
gut
while
straps?
bottoming?
To
No.
cover it up?
No. I mean,
You act like
I've
it's a
done
pussy
that.
and have your hand over it, or you?
No, you
Jacket?
just don't.
You jacket though.
You know we did. Why you get off
Listen.
No, because
I've always touched my dick.
I don't.
He does.
And this goes back to like you guys are talking about this. You guys are talking about like the like pleasing versus being pleased.
Yeah.
I love to please the other person.
Oh, that's me. Oh, that's-
So
you're
So you don't
you're a good
ejaculate.
bottom. That is a good bottom.
well, so the
Only if they take pleasure in you ejaculating.
Or it's a yes or no.
Ooh.
That's the only way that I ejaculate. If
So-
a man tells me
Exactly.
I want you to come after we're done, I'm
You're
like,
right.
okay, whatever.
Well, it can't be after we're done. If it's after, if he finished before me, it's not gonna happen.
Baby girl.
But do you take a-
Mama gonna have to take you under her wing. You're not gonna live life like that, not here.
But hold on.
No, you got to,
Hold
bitch.
on.
You gotta get fucked and keep fucking.
Hold
and
up.
come
Hold up.
I'm
So
not
he
dealing
be
with
fucking
this.
you. Your dick don't be hard and you don't jacket.
No, that's not what I said. So
What are you saying?
So what I'm
You
saying.
know how those bottoms are like,
Hold up.
if they gotta come first, or they can't keep. They gotta. You gotta.
So
Yeah.
okay. So I'll say this: during sex, I'm not always hard.
Okay.
Don't
be embarrassed. I'm never hard during sex.
No. There's no embarrassment, I guess, about it. It happens. It happens occasionally without. I don't touch myself, and it happens, and then I'm still able to come just by sex, just by the guy like fucking
Look,
me.
I know.
Hold up. Your dick
Yes.
don't be hard, but you come?
No. It gets
No,
hard.
Oh, it gets hard.
It gets hard, but that's like it's rare. So I have to be very attracted to the person. And the thing that guys, I'm gonna put it out here. So what turns me on that makes me hard is seeing that what I am doing to the other person, because I like to please,
Right.
is that it's turning them on. As soon as I can see that physically, whether they move, whether whatever.
So when you home alone, do you masturbate?
yeah,
And do you play with your booty or you just play with your dick?
just my dick.
So if you don't get hard during sex, then how do you even know you're horny to initiate sex?
Wait, what?
You don't be hard during sex most times.
Most times no.
So how do you know when you're in the mood?
Me neither. I'm never hard during sex.
Yeah,
You said that.
I do know when I'm in a mood because like so I will start feeling things before sex, and then when you start having sex, if like everything isn't lining up,
it's one erogenous zone.
That sounds
yeah.
No, if you're in the ass, if you eat my ass, my dick is gonna be soft.
Exactly.
If you're sucking my dick, it's gonna be hard.
Oh. If I'm getting fucked while my dick is not hard, it's gonna be like
Yes, it's hell.
Like,
That's
no,
hell.
really?
That's hell to me. I'm
Really?
always hard.
And
But I take pleasure in being penetrated.
Yeah, but I'm hard when I'm hard when I get penetrated.
No, I don't even need to be hard. I like you.
exactly.
I'm not going into detail.
I'm with you.
Yeah, but all of that, like,
Don't give away your secret sauce.
yeah, I'm just saying. I feel good.
No, I don't know what that feels like to not. I don't know what that feels like to be in the sexual act and not be hard.
Yeah.
Well, and see.
And the reverse is true for me.
I was gonna say, and the verse is true for me, and like since I'm like strictly like a bottom, like it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen, and that's why I also think because you guys are saying like in due time for like me like ever topping someone, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Oh, you're gonna come to it. In due time, baby.
But you know what?
So,
if I could say something, I used to wish that I could be that type of bottom. Like I used to wish that I could just take it and then not even worry about sometimes even coming. In any sexual act, I always have to come.
Yeah.
Really?
Always. If I don't come,
And you can't fuck me after I come.
and that.
Oh, no. Y'all gotta get over that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can fuck me, you come again. Bitch, I can come 3 times.
As soon as I'm
and you ain't never gotta pull out.
And listen, and I feel
I like
like,
pain, though.
and I feel like, and I'm sure we all do. I'm sure we all value ourselves and value our sessions when we're
Not
having
me.
sex.
We knew that.
Not me.
When we have sex,
up.
but what I'm saying is because I think so highly of my sex, I feel like regardless of how you feel, you should be happy that you're even in there because I'm still gonna come and I'm still gonna get mine off. So whatever you're doing, if you don't get yours off when I get mine off, that's your problem.
Yeah, and I'm gonna suck your little nipples or whatever. And even with that, you better not take all day to nut. Because you got like 3 minutes.
But that's the difference between y'all and us.
Right.
He and I are pleasers.
No, I'm a pleaser too.
I want him to
But
come
you can't
first.
take all day to come.
No,
I don't even give a fuck.
I'm not a pleaser, I'm not a pleaser, but I know my ass is good and I know my dick is good, so I'm fine with it.
Amen. Come on, flip.
Hey.
What else you got, Trey?
Have you guys ever been in a situation where you've had to ask the person that you were dating or in a relationship with like for sex? Like, did you
Yes.
like where you thought like they weren't automatically just giving you enough like, in your relationship?
Yes.
And like what did that?
They've asked me once I checked out because I'd be like, I'd be starting my excuse early. My stomach hurt. I drank milk.
Yeah. I've been on both ends of that type of story. I've been in a situation where we weren't fucking because of me, because I wasn't turned on at the time. He had pissed me off for quite a long time. And one time the nigga said to me, you know, the last time we fucked, snow was on the ground. And I was like, oh shit.
Oh, you know what? I'm lying.
But
I had a boyfriend for about a week. In my 20s. We was talking, then we was only together.
1 of the 4.
So he used to ration out the sex because he would be like, I don't want my hoe to be wore out. Like I had to say this to my husband.
And
I'm
you were
like,
probably trying to wear it out.
I want to fuck all day, every day.
Rough.
Not rough, but you're not gonna ration nothing out to me while we together.
I don't think
Okay, that's
most
that
guys
meant
can't
you
even
not
wear it out.
a nigga.
And that's why we lasted a week.
There you go.
I will say that for me, I have a sense of when we need to have sex.
Now.
I will get into a place of like, ooh, we're doing something like it, like our relationship, our chemistry is just off, and to get us back on track, sex needs to happen.
Well, I feel like that after an argument for sure. I'm like, well, where you at? Because I need to come over so we can solidify this.
Yeah,
apology.
because I just need you to know that hey.
But normally on the daily, if I'm with you or we dating, we nutting every day, whether it's penetration or not. But we still being intimate
Daily?
Yes.
With the other person?
Yes.
Oh.
Wait, so you're
I have a high
out.
sex drive.
okay.
He used to say this one.
So you're fucking somebody daily.
I said we need to nut daily together.
But together.
Oh, okay.
I said it doesn't
so can
always
y'all
be.
jack off?
That's fine.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna do something daily.
But you had to do a
that's
date.
fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, baby, you never let your man leave home with a full sack
Yeah.
or empty belly.
Hello?
Really?
Yes.
Because somebody else will figure it out.
Well, you said one or the other, but he said
Either.
he's saying both.
Feed them and fuck them.
Feed him.
They ain't teach y'all that San Antonio?
Feed them.
I mean, I know about feeding them. No. I know about feeding them, but I didn't know about.
If somebody told you to wait till a man's heart is in the kitchen, she has some bad cat.
Or she was cooking with the back out in the apron.
Bitch, please.
Because he's getting both at the same time.
She was fucking in the kitchen. Thank you, Tavarus.
What else? What you got
She either
next
had bad cat or was fucking in the kitchen.
Let's see. Well, I wanted to know, and I'm not sure if you guys talked about this because it's been a while. It might have been the first season, but and you guys jokingly have talked about it, I think, as well. But have either of you ever made a sex tape, or would you be willing to make a sex tape? If you were willing to make a sex tape, like who, like would it have to be with, like?
I think all of us have made it.
No, that's not true. I've never made one, but I would like to make one.
You've never recorded yourself having sex?
Never.
Oh shit, David.
I know. There was a time I wanted to because I messed with.
Me neither.
I messed with it. I did. I used to have sex regularly with a guy that I thought we had the best sex, and I was like, I want to record this, and we talked about recording it, and then
it never happened.
I moved to LA, and it just never happened.
Okay. And so no one's ever recorded you, not that it was like a whole, like you saw like both of you in frame, but maybe like they were like fucking you and they were like have to kiss.
I'm the
like
only
this.
one that records on my phone. I'll
Wait,
never
what?
do it on nobody's phone. You can't record me. Everything is on
Why
my
you say
phone.
you're the only one?
I'm the only one
you
that's
don't allow the other person.
You don't
I
let
thought
the
you
other
meant
person
like.
keep it.
I thought you were trying to talk about me.
No.
Just
Triggered much?
No, baby.
Oh, what do you do? Like
She let the one record her. Throw it up on the internet. I answered this for you.
So earlier, Trey, when you were talking about how you would never bottom, so top, whatever. You never, do a bottom, but you never top. So part of the reason that I began to top boys is because I wanted to know what it felt like on the other end. Like I felt like in order to be a better bottom, you had to walk I had to see what it was.
Right.
Like what's different? Because in my mind, this shit is sunshine. However, I also believe that an ass is an ass. But let me say this. Let me backtrack. I also believed all asses were created equally.
Okay.
But if you've never had ass, you don't know that to be an actual true statement, and you need to know. Like,
I do. I know that my ass, like me having an ass versus the one that don't have an ass. That's
No.
different.
We
No. Just because you had,
Well, that adds to it. What you grabbing?
No. Some of us are lined with velvet and some of us are lined with silk.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some pull a condom off on his own. Some of them just ain't got no walls.
I see.
And then some, and you need to, and then there's
exclusively.
yes. I'm talking about being inside of
Too old
it.
to be baffled.
Yeah, hello. You have to know, you have to know that all assholes are not created say.
I understand.
And there's certain techniques that work, and there's certain techniques that we think work that don't.
Okay.
And so, for the same reason that I ventured off into uncharted territory with topping, I ventured off into uncharted territory with allowing myself to be filmed because I wanted to know what he saw. I wanted to know the visual aspect, and then I wanted to know what it actually felt like.
Gotcha.
So I did both.
Yeah.
I'm more recently getting into like filming. Because before I was like no, and then
Now it's a no for me because
on my
now I already
phone.
got it. I just need a couple touch shots on it.
Right.
I know my angles.
That's it. Yeah, no, it only happened once for me because the person asked, and I was just like, okay. And at the time, like we were like friends with benefits, and so like he was the only person, like we were each the only person that the other person was sleeping with.
Yeah.
And so he.
So you trying to tell us it was raw? That's the Tavarus question. You don't have to answer that.
So he asked and I obliged, and I was just like, of course, like no face, but like yeah.
I had a fuck
and it was
buddy.
doggy apparently.
Yes,
I had a fuck buddy last year that I actually fell out with because I didn't airdrop him the video on my way up. I was like, we only doing it on my phone. And I was like, I'm not airdropping you. And he ain't talked to me since.
Wow.
Was it face in the video?
No face, never.
So he's in the video, but you won't let him have it?
He was the
No,
bottom?
I'm not gonna let him have it.
He was the bottom.
You can't have nothing with me in it. It's on my phone.
So he was the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not fair.
If your best friend were coming in town and asked to stay at your house for the weekend, however, you won't be home, but your spouse will be. Do you let your bestie stay at your house for the weekend unaccompanied with your spouse?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't trust anybody.
It's a flight now.
You don't trust your man or your
I don't
friend?
have an
I don't trust
explanation for it.
anybody.
One, no best friend would ever ask that question.
No, they coming in town from Louisiana. You out of town traveling, but they need somewhere to stay. They
Your
can't-
best friend know you, bitch. Your best friend know what the answer is, and she knows she asked that question is hands. Tell me
Well, yeah, no. You can't stay with me in mine.
Baby, you couldn't stay with us when we both at the house.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You let
Yeah.
Mary J.
Yeah, I'm the
Blige told
same
me
way.
you never let another woman cook in your kitchen.
I'm the same way,
Yeah.
though. I'm the same way. I told a best friend, my best friend was coming out here for my graduation, and he was bringing a homeboy of his, and he said, could he stay with me and my boyfriend? And I said,
Now, I could stay with you and
Why would
your
you
man
ask?
because I'm respectful, but you can't
No.
stay with me and mine.
No, I wouldn't even ask that type of question. Like,
no.
I would ask.
It was a no, and he understood.
No.
He was like, all right.
Really?
No.
no, none of this.
You trust
Why do
your
you
man
need
and
to
your
stay
friend?
with me?
Yes. Well, first of all,
Well, you hang
no,
with females mostly anyway.
yeah, that's
Okay,
true.
my
That's
homegirl-
true.
yeah.
However, no, but I do have male friends as well. However, I'm not gonna try to prevent you from doing something because if that's already in your nature, sort of what Dave Ryan was saying earlier, then you're gonna cheat anyways. Like if that's what
Not
you're
about
gonna
Yeah,
do.
but I'm not going. You're not going to do it. I'm not going to wait me in front of a line.
No, and then I'm gonna lose my best friend and my man.
Yeah.
But why do you? What
That's
you think?
two
You're like
losses.
you think your best friend is going to do that? That's what I'm saying. Like, what do you think of
I'm
your
not
best
gonna chance
friend
it.
that they're gonna cheat? That they're
No,
gonna sleep with your man?
Honey,
It's just not
You don't know
the
punks like we know punks.
You don't know how what anybody's going through, what they feeling, what's
yeah,
going
it could be
on
a
with
drunken
them.
night. It could be a moment.
know what
And
could
we already
happen.
talked about my views on monogamy, but not my views on monogamy.
Right.
However, like I do feel like
You don't want to.
I'm not
You don't want to
waging
provide that stage for them to.
I'm gonna give you an
that's
example. With my last boyfriend, I had to go to work and my air conditioner was broke. And one of my closest friends, who I think crosses boundaries sometimes, he came over to fix my air conditioner. Mind you, my nigga was there. So he leaves after whatever, and then I text my boo, everything good over there. Yeah, he fixed it, whatever. So then I'm talking to my friend and he telling me all kind of shit about my man. I'm like, why y'all talking? Like, what's all the
How do you even?
But that's just you.
How did you-
I was like, why you asking
That's
all
not
these
just you.
questions?
How
Fix
did you
the
even
AMC.
get to conversation? Like you were
What's up?
supposed to go in there
Let
and
him
fix
in.
what you- Yeah.
What's up?
See, and I'm glad this led to this because I wanted to address you guys.
Address it. She pointed at the table.
not me.
Now we all on defense.
Exactly. No, because I've heard you guys talk for for these past 2 seasons and now this one, but it hasn't come in this season. But about you guys not wanting like your friends, like you wouldn't have your friends around the person that you're dating and the person that you're talking to. Like
Well, no,
that's
they
the
do.
photo,
Not like me.
Right, I've heard you say it, but I've also heard them kind of co-sign it to a certain extent, where they're like, nah, like why are you having conversation? Like, why are you talking? Why are you? I mean, we are two people in the same space.
No.
Like,
Yeah, but keep it minimal.
You're not.
Like the things you shouldn't be.
I don't mix with my friends' boyfriends.
I don't either.
I don't
You
mix.
don't do that. That's a balance.
but what do you mean, like,
We can't be
mess
friends.
with? Like,
No, I mean I don't want to put myself in any type of situation for you to, as my friend, to think that something could happen.
Yeah.
I don't want
Or
to
for
do
your
it.
nigga to get
And-
mad on Mad Day and be like, yeah, your homeboy wanted me.
Yeah.
That's why he
And-
was
and-
talking to me like this.
Or sometimes your friends might think you too friendly. Like you
Yeah.
talking to
I've done questions.
And here's the thing, because we've been through things,
Yes.
all three of us, and because we've been through things and dealt with so many types of dudes and so many types of people in this world, you just never know.
Right. So the etiquette when you bring a nigga around, at least if I bring my nigga around, which will never happen.
It will never happen.
Ever.
If we all say we all go bowling or something, whatever, we
Yeah.
all sitting in the booth. Okay, minimal conversation. Where you from? Dallas. Cool. How old are you?
Ooh.
32. Okay, whatever.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot.
No,
that's very surface conversation.
Why you asking where he's from? Because you trying to get to know him?
But it could even be
I
how
told
did
you
y'all
where he was
meet?
from. Why you asking him?
You already know.
But that
direct all questions to me.
No, see that confuses me because you were even saying something on the third season of this episode, the third episode of this season. If this is the person that you're supposed to marry, right? This is the person that you want to marry and spend the rest of your life with. Your friends, these friends are going to be in your wedding. They're going to be up there with you.
Oh,
isn't there supposed to be like a closeness
having a
between
destination wedding.
everybody?
It's 10 people at my wedding. 10 people. 10. My mama not even invited because I don't trust that bitch. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But she actually is not invited.
My mom told me she ain't coming. So.
Honestly,
Wow.
It's very surfacey, but my nigga already gonna know.
No, you can't.
Sit right there.
It's
so
just,
he's not even gonna want to talk because that's not even his
So you can have fun at the party, but he has to sit there.
No, he having fun too.
Not talking. Oh,
we cackling in the
background.
Yeah.
And I do believe my partner needs to have his own separate friends, and I'm gonna have my own separate friends, and I'm not gonna deal with your friends, and you're not gonna deal with mine.
But I like niggas who are mean to everybody else and nice to me, so he wouldn't even be talking to you anyway.
But a guy that's mean to everyone else is eventually gonna be mean to you.
I want it to be his natural personality. I don't like friendly niggas. So
no double dates. No,
we could do double dates.
We could do double dates. No, but honestly,
I would do double dates with hypothetically if Blake and his boyfriend were to last for a substantial amount of time. and I trusted their relationship and his nigga, then we could double date if I approved of the relationship. But not just because my homeboy got a boyfriend that he had for 2 weeks and we all hanging out. Bitch, I don't know.
It was a hypothetical because me and mine gonna last.
Okay. So then we can go on a double date, girl, in 2 years. He's been on double dates with his man. But he wouldn't go with me. I want to meet this man.
No, Tavarus. The only reason that you can't meet my nigga is not because I feel like you gonna try him.
Why you meet him?
Because you're gonna ask the inappropriate question.
I'm not gonna ask that man. You
don't know how to be on your best behavior.
I do. I don't disrespect people man like that.
No, it's not that you're gonna disrespect him. I
won't ask him nothing.
No, I honestly think that you're gonna respect him and you're gonna make him do right by me. So honestly, it's a like.
I would bring him around. I would bring my man around him because I feel like
he gonna ask the right questions.
Yeah, you're gonna ask the right questions.
No,
I would trust.
Tavares is gonna ask the right questions.
I'm not gonna be in.
I don't know what my nigga is gonna answer. Yeah. So I don't want Tavarus answering the question before I answer. Bitch, I need to what if the man say, Tavarus will ask him, so what's your plans with my friend? He gonna be like,
I don't have no plans.
Shit, ain't nothing. Like,
we talked about shit.
Y'all wanna be monogamous? You gonna be monogamous with him? And he gonna be like, no, I'm like fucking other niggas. No. And then what the fuck I'm gonna do? Right. Get up and leave out of crustaceans?
Come on, baby.
No, I gotta leave that nigga there. Oh, okay. Get home safe, baby.
Okay, so if you catch your nigga in traffic with the nigga you cheating with, who you shooting first?
With the nigga I'm cheating with?
Yeah.
My nigga.
You catch your nigga with the nigga you cheating with.
I'm not shooting nobody. Bitch, I'm dead. Bitch, I'm hitting you.
Wait, you catch your...
Oh, they're like in the car
together. Your nigga and the nigga you
and my side nigga?
Yes.
Oh, bitch, I'm busting a you.
Who you shooting first?
That would never happen for me.
Yeah, that would never happen.
Hypothetical, bitch.
The nigga that I cheated with, because the nigga I'm with, I'm gonna catch him anytime.
Right. And the nigga you cheated with should know the nigga you with.
Exactly. You gotta shoot him first.
Exactly.
So we have a listener write in and said this. She said, it's a girl. She said, I just came across you guys' podcast a few weeks ago and I'm all caught up. She said, I don't really have a question, but I love your perspectives and it made me think about something my dad told me once. She said, I'll never forget, I was crying over a guy and my father looked at me and said, you gotta be tough if you're gonna be stupid. And I never heard more true
words.
I said, word.
Damn!
That's a word right there.
Yeah.
That one punched me in the chest. I don't know how to dissect that.
Right.
But if you're gonna be stupid, bitch, you gotta be tough.
That's a word. I like that.
So
and if you tough, you ain't stupid.
We're gonna close it out.
Hey, there you go.
But thank you, Trey, for coming through and
thank you guys for
having some talk with us.
Thank you. I hope you got a lot out of this, and I hope that we were.
I thoroughly enjoyed you.
I did. Thank you.
You're my spirit animal.
You guys as well.
Come on, Trey.
Make sure you guys rate, review, and subscribe. Leave your reviews. Good night.
Good night.
Bye.